Welcome to my class, student. It's class 8 English. It so happened and we are doing chapter 1, how the camel got his hump, and this is session 1. So just as you are seeing the title, how the camel got his hump, this will be a very interesting story and we will come to know about the hump of a camel. Let's start. Now, this is written by Rudyard Kipling. He was born on 30th December 1865 in Bombay Presidency, British India. He died on 18th January 1936 in London. He was an English journalist, short story writer, poet and novelist. Just as you know, there is an introduction of the story before it starts. So, what is the introduction of the story? The world had just begun and the animals were working for humans. There was one lazy animal that did nothing and said nothing but hum. Even the clever jinn was at his wit's end. You know who is jinn? A jinn who can do anything, whatever you order. So jinn was always, if someone asks jinn, what does it mean? Hum. The jinn also doesn't have the answer of this. So at his wit's end, the jinn cannot even find the answer of the word or this saying hum. Now, jinn, and this is what? A spirit that has strange powers and can assume any form, human or animal. A jinn can change his appearance. He can turn into an animal, he can turn into a human being. So, this is the meaning of jinn. Now, in the beginning, when the world was new and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. In desert, you know, population is very less. People don't want to live in desert because nothing is grown there. It's all dry. It's so hot. So, that's why people don't live there. Where do people live? People live at the bank of rivers. So, the camel, being a lazy animal, has chosen to live on desert. He always sits there and stays there. He ate sticks and thorns. See, he didn't have anything to eat. So, what did he eat? He ate only sticks and thorns and prickles. And when anybody spoke to him, he said hum. So, the thing is that, what is that hum? What does it mean by hum? Nobody came to know about this. Just hum and no more. So, this is the thing why we say why the camel always say hum. As you know, in desert you will find prickles, thorns and prickles, and you will find sticks, no fruits there, no vegetable there. So the camel also had only sticks, prickles and thorns. Presently, the horse came to him on Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, "Camel, oh camel, come out and trot like the rest of us." So one day a horse visited camel, and then Monday morning, and then how did the horse how did the horse go there? He had a saddle on his back and he just asked camel to come out and trot like the rest of them. Said the camel, and the horse went away and told the man, see, camel doesn't want to come out. He always say hum. So, what to do? So, here you are seeing one more character, the horse. And this is a character. So, here we are writing it with capital H. As you know, we write proper noun always a capital. But as this story is about the animals, so here camel is also with capital C and horse H is also as a capital H. They are the characters. Now, Presently, the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth. It's a very natural, you see, dogs always have a stick, they play with stick, and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." What do dogs love? Dogs love to carry the thing that we throw, and they come, they go, they run and they fetch it for us. So, the dog said to camel, "Camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." Said the camel. And the dog went away and told the man. To whom they are reporting? Horse has reported to the man. Camel has reported to the man. See, man is also one of the characters. So, M is in capital. So, first the horse didn't get any answer except hum. The dog also didn't get any answer except hum. Here you are seeing all within inverted commas, all the direct quotation, the direct words, and the hum, as this is the sound, so exclamatory sign is here because he used to say nothing but hum. I see D is also capital because dog is a character here. See, this is a camel who always say hum, and in a desert he is living, and though there is a greenery outside, but it's actually a desert, and the dog is there with a stick and saying the camel to come and play with us. So you are seeing a camel who is in a desert, and though greenery is here, but it doesn't mean that he is not in desert. So there is a dog who has come with a stick and asking the camel to come and fetch the stick and play with it. Presently, the ox came to him with the yoke on his neck and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us." So, there is a yoke on his neck, on the ox, you know, we use ox in the field. So, say, "Come and plow like us. We all are doing something. Why are you sitting idly here? Enjoy the life, do something and make your life meaningful." But what the answer did ox get? Hum, said the camel. And the ox went away and told the man. He said the same thing to man. You see, except hum, the camel is not answering anything. At the end of the day, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox together and said, "Three, oh three, I am very sorry for you, but that hum thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now. So I am going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it." Now what the man has said? Man is the master of all. The man has said, "Oh three, three of you come. I am very sorry that hum thing is not doing anything. It's very lazy. So I am going to leave him alone. And you three of you will have to work to make up for it." Now his work also you will have to do. So we see whom we see who do work for us. Horse we see ox, we see dog, horse and one more ox. So three of us we see they are working for us. But do we find camel? No, we don't find camel. Camel are always present in desert. And if you see camel nearby, so they are just for riding purpose. We just ride on them, right? Now here the man, it is a story of the ancient time. So the man is there. 4 characters you are seeing: horse, ox and dog, and the man. So man is saying, "See, I am leaving the camel alone in the desert, and you three just come with me, and you will have to work a double time so that you can make up for that camel." That made the 3 very angry. Obviously, if you will have to do someone's work, so you become very angry. The same thing happened to the 3 of the animals, and they held a panchayat on the edge of the desert. They all sat together and just discussed. What did they discuss? And the camel came chewing cud and laughed at them. And camel was very happy. You three work, I will not work. So man is taking all three of you and leaving me. I will live here alone. So I don't have to work. So he didn't know that all of them are very angry. So then he said hum and went away again. So without saying anything except hum, he went away. But he was very happy. He was chewing cud and laughed at them. Presently, there came along the jinn who was in charge of all deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust. So how do jinn come? Jinn comes as a rolling in a cloud of dust. You see na, in the movies also it is shown how does jinn appear, just in a rolling in a cloud of dust. A cloud of dust comes and then jinn appear. In the same way jinn came, because he was in charge of all deserts. See, jinn has come in a cloud of dust, and it's a rolling cloud of dust, so it is written as it is. So all these three are in a panchayat, they are discussing, and the camel has left the place and a jinn has appeared. Jinn of all deserts, said the horse, is it right for anyone to be idle? When all are working, why this camel is not working? Why we will have to work on behalf of him? Why we will have to do extra work, extra load will be on us, and he will enjoy life? Is it right? Certainly not, said the jinn. Well, said the horse, there is a thing in the middle of your desert with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't trot. The horse is complaining. What horse is saying? He first explained the appearance of the camel. What is the appearance of the camel? A long neck and long legs. But he hasn't done a stroke of work. He didn't trot. So this is the thing, is it said. The horse is complaining to jinn. Whew, said the jinn, whistling, that's my camel. What does he say about it? He says hum, and he won't plow, said the ox. Now who complained next against that? It was ox. Ox said, no. Camel said he won't plow. He only answered hum. Very good, said the jinn. I will hump him if you will kindly wait a minute. Like, okay, he likes the word na hum. All the time he says hum, hum, hum. I will hump him. You will have to wait for a minute. What happened? Now, I will hump him. What does it mean? I will deal with him appropriately, or I will set him right. कि मैं उसको सुधारता हूँ. All the time he is answering like that ना. I will deal with him appropriately. Let's wait for a minute. So, in this story, what have you learned? We have learned there are 4 characters. One camel who is very idle animal. He doesn't want to learn, want to work. And whenever anyone asks him any question, his answer was only hum. And who are the other characters? The camel, the ox, the dog, the jinn, and the man. All these people were very hard working. And all the animals, the other animals, requested camel to come out and do some work, but the camel rejected their proposal, and he was very much enjoying chewing his cud, and he laughed at them. So the man ordered the other animals to work harder to increase the workload. This made all of them very angry. Now we will see what happened in the next part of the story. Till then, enjoy the story, read it, say it to others also. And in the next class, we will meet again. Thank you.